Guys, welcome back. He knows us so well. Welcome back to another episode of Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Temi.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Ayo.
Wow. This is so cute. I love this.
And it's nice.
Very nice.
You like
I can hear my voice.
Hey.
So well.
She's got a beautiful voice. Chocolate. Do you guys
wanna
actually
do a
know us? Exactly. Do you guys know us by voice? Like,
That's
if you
a good
wasn't
question.
watching us, would you know who's who? I feel like they would. I feel like our voices are different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
We have
so.
very distinct voices.
Actually, never mind. Anyway, you guys already know what to do. Follow us on social media, SDWTS podcast everywhere. Subscribe. You lot are watching, you're not subscribing.
Don't even let me start, guys. If I need to bring back the PSAs, let me know.
No, because it hasn't happened for some time. They're slacking.
They're
I think I
slacking.
need to bring it back. Don't worry. Yeah.
Some of you,
It's coming back.
We'll leave it there. Actually, let's not be violent. Anyway,
violent.
Also follow Soapbox.
Yes.
Do the needful.
Soapbox Studios.
Soapbox Studios.
As you can see
2 X's
on the wall,
Soapbox.
as they wrote it on the wall.
SW18 Studios.
And stay blessed. Anyways, guys, this week, I don't know why I feel like we discussed this. Ashley said we discussed this at the beginning of our podcast. I feel like we did in our first season, which is
It was in our, I looked for it. It was in our room. In my room.
5 years ago.
Wow.
Mighty God. Obviously now, 5 years ago, how old were we? We were 22 years old.
Hey.
Hey,
Wow.
mighty
Wow.
God.
Not you exposing the age.
Yeah,
They know us now. They know how old we are.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Women of age.
Wow.
Wow. Anyways, so today we wanted to give our updated opinion on this topic. I actually think it's slightly different to what we spoke about.
Yeah. It's a bit
Slightly different, but I just think it's
ties in.
interesting because I think at this time in our careers, right?
Yeah.
We, yeah.
In our career.
Yeah.
We're all, I feel like a lot of people's perception on this is growing and changing all the time, just because I think different situations give you different perspectives. So anyway, the topic is basically a lot of the time nowadays, people want to have a private relationship, but they want to have a public flex. And what that means is they don't want anybody to know who they're with. They don't want anybody to know. Sometimes
What
they don't even
they're
want you to know if you're in a relationship or not, but they want to be able to like share things. So there's a craze showing someone's hand, showing someone's elbow, showing
The back
The
of their
side of their
head.
something.
They'll show that they're on a day. You see the clinklings.
Yeah, exactly. And it's almost to keep people
Dashboard
guessing.
babe.
And it's like, basically, it's like, why is there an obsession with people doing that nowadays? Like, because do you know this? I'm not even gonna lie. It looks good.
No, it really does.
It looks tasty.
Especially when people do the
It's giving
collage and then you
Tumblr
see
couples.
for real. When they do that Instagram collage of like February dump,
Just the dump.
Oh, I love
and then
it.
You just
see.
And in one bottom corner there, you just see
the hand and the watch.
I love it.
It's excellent.
I love it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a sucker.
I love it a lot.
Fan.
I'm a sucker. It's giving mysterious.
Yes.
Do you get mysterious babe,
For real.
aesthetic babes?
But why?
Exactly why? Do you guys think that's your vibe?
What doing the?
Doing private relation but public flex?
You know what?
Why are you putting us on the spot?
I'm be honest, yeah.
Be honest.
I'm be honest.
Be honest.
I've done it before.
Oh, really? Wow. You are powerful though, you know that?
You done it before. What was? I want to know. Let me interview you quick. So what was the reasoning behind it? Like why did you
Why
do
I did it?
Tell us more.
Tell us a little
Do you
bit
know
more.
what it is? I think in the moment, because I was genuinely in love.
Oh.
Wow.
Like
You
I
was in
wanna-
love. You've been in love before.
No, guys, we're being annoying.
I'm going.
Sorry.
And you know, I was genuinely happy. So I just feel like, why not share someone that is making me happy? But I just don't want to share
The person's face.
Yeah, the person's face. So I'll do like the back of the head, the back of their body.
Wow. I remember that era.
Yeah, you know, it was powerful. Would I do it again? Maybe not so much on a public platform. I would just do like very, very close friends, like on Snapchat or something. But what about you guys?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I think I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it. Do you know I've done it.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care what anybody says. I'm doing me.
Okay, why are you doing this?
Why are you doing it? Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Tell us why.
Yeah.
Okay, let me be serious. Would I do it? I think I
Have
will
you
do
done it?
Oh, have I done it in the past? Surely I have.
Defo.
Yeah, I think I have done that before.
We've all done it.
Yeah. Because why am I showing you the whole identity of the person I am with? What is your business? What does that have to do with me?
Correct.
However, you do need to know that I am not available.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not available for you to.
And that's number one.
You don't need to speak to. I'm very occupied. It's not your business who with, but I am.
I'm busy.
That's it. Like,
Do you know,
I feel like
that's how I hear
genuinely,
it.
I just feel like if you're in a relationship, you don't need to show that. You don't need to. Your social media should not reflect singleness.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
agree.
stance on
That's
it.
deep.
I agree.
And it sounds crazy.
Sorry,
because
that's
some
deep,
people will
oh.
be like,
Yeah.
why does it matter? Why does it matter? And there's a subconscious meaning to what I'm trying to say. I don't mean in a way where everyone should know your relationship status,
Right.
but there's a reason why people should know your relationship status. That's why things like rings were created
It's
when you're
wise.
married to show that
show you're not
you
single.
know to show you're not single. And
Right.
and if you're genuinely in something serious, you have to show your social media that you are not single.
Wow,
Correct. You hit the
that's
nail on the
actually
head.
very wise. Like obviously we're doing small bands, but I actually feel like that is so key.
hit the
The
nail
way
on
you
the
even
head.
said it, yeah. If you're in a relationship, your social media platform shouldn't be reflecting singleness. That's
Shouldn't
deep.
reflect in
I
singleness.
agree.
Facts.
And singleness can
Well,
mean different things. It can
yeah,
be
I
very
agree.
subjective to different
Yeah.
people. What it means to be
Single.
a single person on social media. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Some people are in relationships, and this is just an example I just thought off the top of my head. Some people can be in the relationship and they can be posting bikini photos, or some people can be in relationship or they can be. Do you know what I mean? You can post any, but it's what singleness means to you and
To
your
you.
partner.
Right, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
some people, if you're in a relationship and you're posting bikini photos, it's like, oh, this person must be single, but it doesn't necessarily mean
Doesn't
you are.
equate to that,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
What about you? Have you done it? Will you do it?
It's similar to you. Me. When I'm in love, I'm in love.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I feel like love is loud.
Whoa.
That's it.
Love is so
heavy on
loud.
That feeling of feeling
you
warm.
want to share it with the world.
Like this in my
I
bed.
can't.
I
Like,
need to
sometimes you know the ones where you're so happy.
Wow, really?
That
tell
oh.
us more.
Really?
When was the last time that you did
Oh, excuse me.
Not the jura.
Anyways, I just feel like love, for me, love is so loud. Like
Yeah.
even me, sometimes I just post these two because I said,
Because you show up for your people that
I
you
love
you show up
them.
for your friends.
The
you show your
difference is you guys
family.
already know that they're my friends, innit?
Right,
So I can
yeah,
put
yeah.
their face. And like I think what's different now is it's never going on my public Instagram page and it's never going on my public story. What I'll do nowadays is I would have a story for the people that know that something is happening. I'll just have a story,
Right.
Because
Something's happening.
like I personally feel like privacy for me is important. Like and when I
Yeah.
say that's why I don't think. Like I think people always think, oh, why is it only your romantic relationship that you're doing privacy? I'm actually very private. I don't share my parents on my public pages either.
Yeah,
like I'm
same.
very particular about that. I don't like their faces to be there
Right.
because you don't need to know what they look like. I just think that's like for me to protect
Yeah,
them.
especially social media is a very scary place. You know how it can
It can be
Exactly,
weird,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
not saying this as though like I'm Beyonce because I know I'm not Beyonce, but even still like I don't know, like my social media platform is my social media platform, so I just don't put their faces. My siblings you'll see because they themselves are on social media, so it's different. But
So
my
it's
parents, they're not. So I just don't
choose
think.
what to put
that.
out there.
I
Yeah,
understand that.
and also on the privacy thing, like before, say for instance, I might have put on my Instagram story like maybe someone's hand or whatever. Now I wouldn't, just
Absolutely not.
because I don't know, my perspective on it has changed a bit. Because for
How has it
me,
changed?
like for instance, I agree, your social media platform shouldn't reflect singleness, but like the way I carry myself already, I just think is always an enigma anyway to people. Like
Right.
whether
Do you
Yeah.
know
so,
what-
and
right,
like, you don't
hit
necessarily
the nail.
yeah, but like I'm not. Even if I'm in a relationship, you wouldn't know, and if I'm single, you wouldn't know.
There wouldn't
Like,
be a
you would-
massive
it's not a
difference
big
in terms
change
of
in how I
you
post.
or what you do or how you
Exactly.
display your
So that's why for me, it's not that big of a. I also don't like. You don't need to know who they are, especially because people that I don't know everybody that follows me. So I just feel like there's no reason why you need to know who they are.
Right.
But I like if I'm not in a relationship, I'm not trying to look single. By the way, don't worry about that. I think there's a big deal about that, and I think that's important. But like privacy, I think is important because that's the same reason why you don't always tell even the people in your life the news you would tell other people in your life, because you stagger it. Like
Yeah.
you might tell like your
There's big
siblings
people,
first,
yeah.
then you tell your close friend. There's a reason why. Like you just want to make sure maybe you're protecting it. You don't want certain influences. You want to tell people that wish
There's
you well,
wandering eyes as
things
well.
like that.
And it's
Yeah.
just it's wisdom as well, because you wouldn't just automatically share to everybody in your life. And it's not because you're being secretive, and that's what I was going to say, there's a difference between being
Secrecy.
secretive and being private. And I really love what you said, because anyway, on my social media, you wouldn't know the difference between if I'm single or if I'm not single. Like there's no
Yeah,
difference.
Because that's not what my content is
So
about.
regardless of whether I post it or not,
Yeah, it's
you
not
wouldn't
my
really
identity
know.
on social media about my relationship
It's
status.
different if, you know, my whole ministry is I'm talking about relationships, I'm giving dating advice.
Yeah.
That's completely different.
Yeah.
But that's not my ministry.
No.
I post, I come off. Sometimes I'm on Instagram, sometimes
You're
I'm
not.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's gonna stay consistent throughout whether you're taken or not.
Exactly.
That's
So
facts.
my next question would be, do you guys think it's exaggerated a bit?
How do you
And
mean?
what I mean exaggerated is, in our previous episode we spoke about how some people are doing the most when it comes to not showing the person's face on social media.
Okay.
And I remember I watched a little bit of it, and in the episode we said how at the same time, as much as, you know, you want to be private, we're not celebrities.
I'm not.
People are not checking for you like that.
It's the extent and lengths that some people are going to hide those faces and cover
Like, I've
up.
seen
It's
some
just, you might
stuff
as well
where
show it to us now.
They've taken a picture.
Just show us.
They've taken a picture together, like the full body, everything, and they've just put one emoji.
I hate that.
stretched.
I hate
Are you
it.
seeing the ones these days where they're cutting off the head completely?
Yeah,
They're
I've seen that.
slicing
The Photoshop.
the head off the-
I saw a blurred face here. They didn't even like blur it properly. Why is the face stretched out?
Guys, you're
Jesus.
talking about stretched out. No, sorry, because at least there's still heads. They've
You know, for some
like, it's
people,
a human standing with no head.
you know, for some people, that's actually a witch ritual, because people
What do
cut
you
people's
mean?
pictures.
You're
You know, people cut pictures of people that they hate.
No, so
So then why are you slicing? Why are you slicing
I've seen
somebody's
that. You
head?
know, I've seen that, and she was more than happy.
Or
to
you know,
post
people
it.
they scribble out people's face in picture when they hate
scribble
them.
out or do.
So then,
So
to
what-
me, I just like, if you don't want to show us. Because do you know what's so funny about this actually? Do you remember that baby that got married and everybody was dragging her? I think her name is Bissy Atkins.
Yeah,
because she got married, and when she got married, she only showed herself. Only
I
her.
remember.
She never showed her husband, not once.
Sorry.
You see that one?
I know at that time, yeah, I was like, Now, do you know it's wisdom? Because she didn't want to do blur. So she said, let me just show myself.
Right, yeah.
Do you get? Because for me, do you know what I also don't like? You had a baby. You don't want to show your baby. Why are you blurring the baby's face? Or I've even seen people distort the baby's face so we don't know what they look like. What's the point?
What are we seeing?
Yeah,
Just
I'm
close
confused.
it.
What are we
Just
looking
don't
at?
post it.
Or you
at
could just show
all.
me the back of the baby's head.
Just show the hand, and you know they should put the newborn bracelet.
No, I've literally seen people like the face looks odd. Now people will be wondering, is your child okay?
No, but guys,
There's a lot going on.
You know,
There's a lot going on,
let's
and that's what I mean by.
rehash-
Do you think it's actually exaggerated?
Can
Yes.
we rehash Bissy Atkins? Yeah.
Okay,
So-
let's go.
Okay, go on.
Let's go.
I don't know. I feel like my stance on that is still a bit shaky because, guys, someone's gotten married
No,
and
yeah.
they've posted their wedding pictures with just them.
It's strange. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely strange.
No, I hear where you're coming from.
It's definitely
I'm
strange.
not trying to sound entitled because
it's
Lord
your-
knows
it's
I'm
their
not
special
losing
day.
sleep.
She didn't get married to herself.
Lord knows I'm not losing sleep to trying to find who your
Yeah.
husband is. I promise you.
You like-
'Cause as
yeah.
soon as I saw it, I moved on with my life. But it was a bit weird.
No, it's definitely strange.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
agree.
strange.
Just don't do it at all, or post. Like, why you like? I don't know. It wasn't just one or two or
Oh,
three
it was many.
pictures.
Yeah.
I was like,
Even like the reels, everything. No, he was not there. He was, it's like he wasn't there.
because you can tell that.
I remember the way people.
The thing is,
drag
I
that.
love Bissy
Come on.
Atkins, and I was trying to figure out why. I get the reason
Privacy.
why. I do honestly. Privacy is key, but
and then that, yeah, it was. It's
I think wedding day is different.
it's different because for me, when I get married by God's grace, you'll see,
Hallelujah.
that's the one day you might even
You're
see
gonna
them.
see, yeah.
One day.
You know, we're not saying that you have to start posting him after. You have to start doing couple Instagram.
Oh my! Sorry,
But
I need to speak on that.
It's
Actually,
literally one day.
I need to speak on that. Sorry, let me tell you why.
Go for it.
There's a babe I follow you on Instagram. Her name is Dimma Ume. She's a Nigerian content creator. Yeah, she's powerful, and she did it the way I would do it. I think she never showed her man. Like if she wasn't when they were dating, when they were boyfriend and girlfriend, never showed him. Like you'd know he's in the car. You'll hear his voice even. You just won't see his face.
Right.
Wonderful. That's great. When she got engaged, is the only time she showed his face. She showed that she put the pictures on her Instagram, but then on a video, yeah, she said it perfectly. Just because I showed you him when we got, doesn't mean he's going to be in every single one of my vlogs going forward.
it.
Doesn't mean he's going to be on my page every time. You're going to just see his face anytime she shows him is only because she did her introduction. She showed him again. That's it. She doesn't show him again.
Like,
and that's to me,
that
it's
is
not
perfect.
about you.
social media account.
This is
not.
not Ashley.
It's me.
and co.
It's just me.
It's
He's
just
doing
me.
his own social media. I'm doing my own social media.
That's
Every now and
it.
again, our social medias collaborate.
That's the one.
Collaborate. That's the word though.
That's it.
You know,
Because
like,
did you follow
Instagram
me
that
for
new
me or did you
feature.
follow to see me and my man? I'm so
But most
confused.
people are
No.
they're interested in
No,
it.
but no, couple content sells.
I love it.
No, but that's
Like,
yeah, that's
do you know what I mean?
different.
It
But
sells,
if
but that's
that,
not
if
what
that
I'm here
wasn't
for.
my content before.
Yeah.
Why are you now expecting neglecting it now that I'm married.
And I think we're answering our own questions. That's why people genuinely don't do it because of things like this. Because you want to know more. It's like you become so entitled.
And it's the entitlement
person's life.
Well.
Oh, why are you not posting? You post if you showed us him one time, so now that means
you have to show us.
You have to continue showing
anymore. Then,
and that's the thing.
Now let's talk about them not being together.
Collecting public embarrassment is serious.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, sorry, Benga said this to me recently, and he's right. It's not embarrassing if a relationship fails. It's actually not embarrassing because at the end of the day, you live, you learn. Right. It's life.
It happens.
But I'm not gonna lie. There's a woman on the internet right now. The way she's getting clowned. Her name is Tammy Hembrow. Right? She's from Australia.
Sorry.
And she's all her relationship that she's had.
She's put
them. How many? I don't know them. Maybe 3 or 4.
4.
I think 4. So every time
engaged
twice.
3. No, 3 times.
Yes, 3 times.
3 out of those 4 relationships. And she's put it on her social media.
Okay.
That's a woman that does not care. She's gonna do what.
And that's what I'm gonna say because at the end of the day, everybody's cut. From different cloths. Everybody cut from different. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
For her,
she doesn't care.
She doesn't give a heck.
And I remember she responded to her comment as well, and she was like, "It's my Instagram. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I like."
You can.
If someone makes me happy at a particular time, and then they're not around, then they go. And then if I meet someone new who makes me happy, then they're there.
She's going with the moment. She's going on how she feels in the moment.
Are you watching and you're still not subscribed? Hit that button right now.
But is that something I would do? No.
Impossible.
That's absolutely impossible.
I think I'm not gonna lie.
It's not in this life or the next or the one after. It's just not me.
I actually
it's not
think
in my nature.
As much as we're saying she can do whatever she wants, she absolutely can. But if I'm being honest, I feel like there's a lack of wisdom there.
Yeah, I would agree.
Especially when she has not even to be rude. The platform that she has as well, it's different if it's just like an average person where someone is not going to remember, oh, she dated this person 2 years ago. When you have a platform, well, for me anyway, if I had a certain platform, I know that I would move a certain way. Like I know I have a responsibility, especially if there's kids involved. Those pictures of those men that she's been engaged to, they're going to be on the internet forever. Whenever she posts a picture of the new guy, someone's under the comment saying, oh, where's this person? The first person.
And the thing is, they list everyone.
All the time.
And I'm just like, let the lady breathe.
And obviously that's not her fault because she's not bringing those people up. It's the people in the comments that are bringing them up.
Of course, but there's
however, you're giving them
the
door.
Right.
And if you scroll down her page, you will see them. And if you scroll on her YouTube,
delete them?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think what's unwise about it is just that she's not protecting her own peace because at the end of the day she's allowed to do what she wants, as we're saying, of course, but at the same time I think it would be mad for me if I have a man and then every time he's coming to my Instagram comments he's seeing people asking about another man. I just feel like I'm not protecting him, I'm not protecting myself, I'm not protecting anybody, I'm letting everybody there.
You're letting the circus run a
mark in my life.
I think with this particular situation I can't help but think it's just for engagement at this point.
You think?
Yeah, because I don't see any other reason why you wouldn't learn. Like if this was real life, let's take social media and just what you can gain from social media out of it.
Right.
I think if you're looking at it from a logical point of view, I don't genuinely see, like I can't believe her continuously doing it in a shameless way.
I hear why you say that.
Even bad publicity is publicity.
But the engagement that she gets on those posts,
that's what she's known for these days, and she's just playing into it.
Do you know what? I don't know if I get that from her.
Yeah,
from other people,
I don't know. I think it's a valid statement.
But in general,
but to be fair, I don't know much about her.
You don't know her yet.
Anyway,
in general,
you think she's genuinely doing it?
I genuinely think so.
Yeah.
With her, obviously I don't know her from Adam, but with her, she just seems to be someone that, you know what, she loves hard. The situation comes, she loves hard. The situation ends,
when it's
cool.
time for her to walk away, she
goes
away. And when she meets someone new,
because better a broken engagement than a broken marriage.
Guys, and it brings me to another thing I wanted to say, nicely actually, in regards to I'm gonna bring race into it.
Oh, okay.
And I think part of the conversation, a lot of people have brought race into it, and apparently it's very, very, it's a very prominent thing within the black community. We're the ones that we're the target audience when it comes to when it comes to blurring and hiding. Like, it tends to be us that do it quite a bit.
Really?
That's what I've heard. No, I'm not saying, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing.
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to know.
Apparently black people tend to, they're the ones that are obsessed with just the whole
blurring,
private life. I'm not showing my
Where do you think that stems from? Because I was gonna say a part of it, I feel like one of the factors is definitely like, well, for me anyway, growing up in an African household,
just keeping
you're always
private.
taught to like keep stuff to yourself. You never know who's watching. People are wishing bad. Oh, this person
Evil
can
eye,
do
evil
this.
eye.
Or what if you have a friend that that doesn't actually wish you well?
And embarrassment is a huge thing within the black community. We don't like
an essence of pride there, like just protect and not necessarily that it's a bad thing, because I honestly, the older I'm getting, I see where they're coming from. I see like why there was such an emphasis on not putting private. Everything out there.
Because not everyone has the best intentions.
Because even like sometimes when I'm watching YouTube videos with my mum, and then we can see the ins and outs of the person's house. You know what your bedroom looks like, the ensuite.
We've spoken about this before. Just no privacy whatsoever.
And just like it's, I don't know, to each their own, but I definitely see why there was such an emphasis on that.
I also think in a lot of African cultures we are superstitious. Like to a heavy degree. Like, so even like in Nigerian culture, for instance, when you're pregnant, you don't really tell people that. You never really tell them that you're pregnant.
And even if you tell, they can't touch your belly.
Like, there's a lot of stuff like it's private, and then it's when you have the baby, then you'll now say, and that's when they'll now show the pictures when they were pregnant, for instance.
Yeah, and like, same way, like they wouldn't show through the boyfriend stage. It's now when they're married.
It's only when you're married you know. Or like even like traveling, Nigerians to tell you that they're traveling. It's when they've landed.
I don't know a single Nigerian that'll tell you the date they're traveling.
Impossible.
Try ask a Nigerian when they're traveling.
Impossible. Like, it's just impossible. But then
don't do that stuff
I saw a good point though about that though. Like, if the superstition comes from a place, and obviously then it leads on to now people call it evil eye or whatever. What is interesting about monitoring spirit, all of the above?
Oh, that one is
my only issue with those notions is, if that's how you live your life, you will never live fully, because you have to believe that the God that you serve is more powerful than the people watching you. In my opinion, I never want to be doing something out of fear, because for me, if that's what you're like, if you're not showing pregnancy out of fear, you're not showing your religion out of fear, I don't think that's the right motivation.
You're right. You're living in bondage.
Like, I just feel like
you're thinking that people outside have enough power to destroy the things that you love and cherish mostly. But then if you call yourself, well, to believers anyway, if you call yourself a Christian, there's a contradiction there, because if we believe the completed works of the cross, how is it then that you believe that people on the outside can ruin
and do you know what, I've always thought of that, that's such a real thing.
If you think about it, it's confusing.
You have to pick one.
It's contradicting your faith and what you actually believe in and what you stand for, but at the same time, I genuinely believe a balance. With me, everything is a balance. For example, I always use this example because it's so simple. Like, you could be asking God for like a star on an exam, but if you're not revising, God won't give you that A star. So you have to help yourself as much as you're asking God.
Faith without works.
Exactly, faith without works. So if you're genuinely like protected by the spirit, and no wandering as a superstition can come your way, but there's certain things you can do yourself,
and that's where wisdom comes in.
Do you get?
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna post everything on social media. Oh, I believe God's protecting me, but let me just post. everything.
Especially because it's not as if this is some, like, we're calling it superstition and we're calling it evil eye, and we're saying God can't, God can't come between that, which is right, because he can't. God is going to protect us in every way possible. However, it's not as if we haven't seen examples of madnesses happening to other people. Molly May, for example, with that whole house situation, obviously there's loads of theories around how it happened and why, but it's essentially the conclusion is she was so open with her private life, people start to realize where she lived, the inside of her, they put two and two together. So it's another thing Tony Tone posted last week about just not posting in real time. She was telling women to beware, don't post in real time. And someone came in a quote tweet saying, "Oh, who do you think you are? You're not Beyonce. Nobody is looking for you." It's just like, how can you be so ignorant to not know what's going on social media, and how some people can be so evil, or they just have different intentions to you. Just because you don't have that intention doesn't mean rule out completely. Other people don't rule. What's wrong with not posting in real time?
And
it's extra protection.
We see it on the news. Like, I'm not being funny, but the women who get attacked, are they famous? Do they have platforms? Are they?
They're not Beyonce's. They're not the Beyonce you.
That is such a good point.
There are people walking through whatever area in London and they just get attacked, or because people were monitoring on social media or whatever. So that comment doesn't even make sense.
Even Tem's point that's exactly what I wanted to say as well. It's a balance of wisdom and faith, because God asks us to be wise, wise as serpents. So yes, you like be free. You should be free in yourself. Doesn't mean you need to be free on the internet.
That's
it. Like, be free in yourself. Fear shouldn't be your guiding factor. In the Bible says there's no fear in love.
That's it.
So if there's no fear in love, there shouldn't, in your relationships, there shouldn't be a part of you that's fearing the worst. And I think obviously that's something that we all need to work on, because I know me, the way I'm wired, I'm thinking about the worst possible. I'm like, I can't tell people this, because if I tell them, what if it now falls down?
Yeah, it's a real
But then it's like, if that's guiding my decision, then I'm not having faith. And I don't ever want that to be the case. But on the internet, it's completely different. There's a wisdom is necessary. Am I going to come on the internet and tell you when I have an argument with my man?
That's what they want.
Because that's the thing. Do you know what?
That's what people are demanding.
That's where the lack of wisdom is. Because say, for instance, you're saying, okay, evil eye, the devil, okay, wonderful. If you're coming on the internet and telling people that, oh, your man cheated on you, okay, like, unless God has led you to tell your testimony, wonderful. But if you're coming on the internet to like come and say, oh, my man is struggling with this, he's struggling with pornography, for instance, and then you don't think that there's somebody that is praying to Lucifer to intensify that temptation, of course now you've opened the door. Right. That's the difference between wisdom and faith, because you've opened the door for people to now give an input on a situation that's actually quite sensitive.
Whereas if you hadn't have said anything,
like people don't know. And the verse is, you can share that you're in a relationship, cool, but people don't need to know the ins and outs of what you're doing, unless God is leading you that way. Fine,
completely different story.
Be wise.
Yeah, I honestly think there's a level of oversharing. I don't want to know a lot of people's business that they've posted on socials. There's so many things in my head that I know I should not have access to on the internet. You don't need to tell me. I don't care. Whether I want to be nosy and find out, I shouldn't be finding it.
I agree.
Because naturally we can be nosy sometimes.
We're in an epidemic with oversharing.
You know, I'm guilty of that sometimes. When you're scrolling on your page, you're like, oh, this person stopped posting their babes. I wonder what happened. We all do it.
No, I shouldn't guilty of it.
I don't. It's not compulsory that I see a story time of why you and your man broke up.
But that's the thing. I'm not going to be in the. This is the difference. Everybody has inquisitive minds. I'm not going to be in the comments saying, so where is he?
I'm even giving a question for your Q&A.
Where is your husband?
I'm submitting a question.
I haven't seen your husband in about 3 months. Is there
I noticed in the last video
you were seeing him off. I realized you only film in this room now. Is there a reason why we haven't seen your kitchen?
This woman on TikTok, she does. There's this woman on TikTok. So guys, there's a woman on TikTok. She posts content, with like her family. And one time she mentioned, oh guys, my husband or my partner is flying to Nigeria on business, and she just carried on what she was saying. Sorry, why are the comments saying, why is he going to Nigeria so often? Is he doing things he's not supposed to be doing?
Oh my god!
How can people be so nosy?
And you know what's so mad?
Do you ever question why your man always goes to Nigeria? Do you know how many likes it got? You see why you can't put stuff on the internet?
Because silly.
That woman might have never thought that, and now you've put things in the seed.
And that's why I said the whole thing where you're opening the door. The devil is the king of like giving you thoughts that are so like
manipulation,
like accusatory thoughts, doubting thoughts. Those things are not from the Lord.
Something that you never thought of before. Now all of a sudden
he's using his agents in your comments. Some of you don't even know they are being used by the devil to be doing his work.
Some of you still be replying to the agents, to the devil agents.
But let's actually pick and choose what we're actually like, involved in and what we're sharing.
No, because you have to.
It's not necessary.
You know, you have to come to the point where if you've commented about somebody's personal life that you do not know, you need to now be wondering what's happening.
There is a level.
You know what
I always say there's
you
a
need
level.
to sit down, unplug everything, unplug every electrical appliance in your room, turn off your phone airplane mode, and just sit and really reflect. Why did I comment on so and so? I submitted a question for Q&A. I'm wondering about her family life. I see that they've gone to the GP, but she didn't show who she went to the GP.
I mean, because if you look,
what's going on?
If you look around,
what's going on?
If you look around, a lot of them are not happy, so they have to look at other people to bring them down. But also another thing I always say is with the internet, though, remember it was always behind a keyboard. The people that are typing these things,
she's always going to say this.
But it's true though. It can never be. They're keyboard warriors. It can never. Half of these things can never transpire in real life. Impossible.
I remember when one of the YouTube people that I watch, like, found the person who had been trolling them for years. It was a mother at home somewhere, and you'll just be wondering what is going on. And then is when you speak to the trolls, what they usually say is, I was unhappy. I saw how you did this for your child, and then
it's just hate.
But then how did that jealousy then lead to you exposing the school of that child on the internet?
It's hate. It all comes from a place of hate. It's never coming from a positive place.
And it's never on the other person. It's more so the individual who's doing it.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. Because even if somebody decides to share their whole life, that has never given anybody the license to come and abuse them because of that.
Right, hate.
Abuse.
Hate comments.
The only people, actually no, that might not be nice to say.
No.
I was just going to say the only people that, it's not that I don't feel bad for you, I do, somehow. But some of you that use your family for content, I don't like that either. So you open yourself up because there's a lot of families that do family vlogging, family content, and you're exploiting your children. It's your business.
Because do you know
that's
what?
a whole other conversation.
You put your kids in like uncomfortable positions. You put your relation, everything. You put it in compromising.
Because you open the Instagram for your baby who cannot talk yet.
Do you know what it is? Especially if you know,
I'm
like
so
for you to have
confused.
reached that level where you can create a social media account for your baby, or you can post their content on social media. That means you have a knowledge to some extent to what social media is about and what it can do.
Right.
So you've now bypassed that, and you've now gone to the next stage to now create those accounts. So it's just like you know what it can come with. You know the risk. And also, in fact, let's put kids aside and family. Even us that we put ourselves out here on social media, we know the scrutiny that comes with it. Yeah. Not to talk of little kids and just, you know, people don't. There's no boundaries for people. People that you will never see. There's no bound. Everyone's confident on social media because you'll never see my face. All I have to do is press send. So do you know how easy is it? Right. Do you know how easy it is to just right? You get right. All right. Do you know how easy it is to scrutinize? It's just a click away. So
and we're not saying that it's warranted.
No, never. Hate is never warranted. No,
absolutely not. That is never our message.
But if silly decisions get silly consequences,
right? Let's be smart. Let's use our brains
and
let's actually use it.
Oh, you're killing me.
Because it's there for a reason.
And also just a little sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
I personally, if you're in a relationship, because some people might see this as a compliment. Personally, if you've just started talking to someone or you're just entering a relationship and the first thing they do is post you, I see that as a red flag.
I agree. I was just a little
because that is also another form of love bombing.
Because why are you robbing me of my decision?
This girl, she means the world to me. You know, no, for 1 month.
You robbed me of my decision.
Wait, what?
Like, say for instance, you've just started like dating someone. It's literally been maybe a month.
That's scary.
And you're everywhere on their social media. I think it's a red flag. Because one, you don't know how to keep good things to yourself. Privacy doesn't exist.
Do people do that?
That's how all these couple channels start.
But
they were like, we would be cute.
This sounds sorry. Honestly, this is so controversial. Honestly, I can't take couple channels seriously. I just can't.
Well, I'm not. I see what you mean.
I just can't. I've never taken them seriously. It's a bit of entertainment for me.
Right.
Like, I feel like half of them aren't even together. They're making money together, and it's just what it is.
Yeah, it's a hustle, man.
I can't look at a couple right now on YouTube and aspire. Do you know? It's so.
That one is a real grind.
Do you know it's business? They're working.
No, you know, people have had babies for money. People have broken up for money.
Do you get? So you can't look at those things and aspire to have them because that's not your reality. Let them do what they need to do.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a red flag. For me, it's genuinely a red flag. Like, I would find it so scary actually if you said, "Oh, I've known you for 1 month and now I'm everywhere."
No, but imagine you just go on social media and you see they've tagged you.
These things just don't sound normal to me because I've never experienced such.
I'm reporting the post. I'm reporting this.
I feel like you're now trying to force me to be. Do you get?
You're holding me.
You're holding me by my neck.
Yeah.
I just said yes to you yesterday. I'm still learning. I'm learning.
I can't get better.
One time.
I'm actually still learning you, and I'm on your social media. Mighty God.
No, there's something going on there. There's more than what meets the eye.
Wahala.
And on that, I feel like sometimes people also post to overcompensate because, you know, obviously people know that a relationship looks attractive, innit? So that if say for instance they're looking for some sort of validation, an easy way to do that is to look like you've got this beautiful relationship
and a happy relationship.
And then you're most likely going to get the engagement that
you want.
You're going to feel that 2 seconds of satisfaction, and that's that.
And then you'll come and complain next week. Oh, why did 100 people watch that story but they didn't watch the one of me by myself? I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. That's all.
And thank you for watching.
That's all yeah.
Facts.
Wow.
Thank you so much. We will see you next week.
Yeah. We'll leave it there, really and truly.
Yeah, what a great episode, guys.
See you. Bye.